everybody, it's Jenny coming to you with an update on what day are we on? Day number 15 of HCG round 2 for me. All right, looking at numbers, I was kind of curious how numbers were going to go. Didn't have a great day, meaning I did an okay day. I actually went through the whole day and just had a turkey taco. I ate through finally all of the salsa chicken that I had in the refrigerator. And there's still grilled chicken breasts and turkey taco, and there's actually roast beef too, which I'm trying to avoid and get everybody else to eat. But one of these days when if I need something different, I might throw a little roast beef with lettuce in a wrap. I bet that would be good. Anyway, that's not what I did yesterday. So yesterday I had a turkey taco and I was good all day. And then later in the day, I went and I just wanted something else. And I didn't want to spend too much time in the kitchen because my son had a girlfriend. Not an official girlfriend, but a close girl acquaintance come over, and they were watching a movie last night in the living room, and the kitchen's right off of it. And I didn't want to be making a whole bunch of commotion and preparing chicken and stuff while they were watching their show. So I just went to grab something, and I ended up grabbing a package of trail mix. Now, you want to know what's interesting is that I had such a craving and I couldn't figure out why. And I'm like, I'm caught up on my drops. I just really want to eat. I just really want to eat. And I don't know this. I haven't had this sensation in a while. And we've been talking about how just yesterday, the whole video is about how, like, when you're on HCG, you kind of like curb that. Now, not completely. It curbs the hunger. And then you psychologically work on the issue of, but I just want to eat because I always eat because I want to eat. I don't eat because I'm hungry. It's been so long since I felt true hunger, really. I eat because I love to eat and I want to eat, and it's been a while since I've eaten, or I smell something that's good. It just makes me want to eat. I love the taste of it all. So, I noticed a new trigger that I have, and that is when somebody comes over, and I don't know if you do this, but there's what my house looks like on the average day. And then there's what my house looks like when I know somebody's coming over. And it's a very different condition. So the house got cleaned up very well. The kitchen was all clean, a candle was burning, everything was put away. Whenever that happens, food 99% of the time is affiliated with it. Almost never does somebody come over and then we don't eat. Because if they're going to stay long enough to be there, there's usually food involved. And I realized for the first time yesterday that was my trigger. So the whole kitchen was all cleaned up and everything's put away. It looked beautiful, candle burning. The living room was cleaned up. Everything was put away, vacuumed, dusted. Everything looked really nice on the main level. And the minute I walked into the kitchen and I saw just like how vast the space looked with no clutter around and how clean it all was, instantly I got like giddy excited, like wondering what cake is around or what delicious food or what, because there's always leftovers and food affiliated with it, or what am I going to be eating. Another trigger, a clean out. I gotta just keep leaving my house a mess. We're talking clean. I live with two boys who don't understand the concept of clean, and I have thrown up the white flag in terms of having the house be in the condition that I want it to be in. I can't get my husband on board, and he even fundamentally opposes the concept of why are we putting everything back away, we're going to take it back out and use it again. I don't understand that logic whatsoever. I'm like, because if we did that with everything, we just have piles and piles everywhere of everything, because why put it away, because we're eventually going to use it later in the day or the next day. So every time you're finished with something, just put it back where it belongs. That's what I think. But we are over 25 years into this marriage. Giving up. I can't let it bother me anymore. But I can't get over letting it bother me if somebody's coming over, because even though I'm able to look past it now and just let it be and compartmentalize and realize I didn't do that and I have no control over that, and people are just going to be keep doing this, and unless we want a miserable house with me nagging and yelling constantly and people not learning or changing their behaviors, then it is what it is. I just have to let it go to keep the peace. All right. Um, so, with that being said, I really enjoy when it's really cleaned up, and people do support me when somebody's coming over and rally around and help get everything all cleaned up. I wanted to eat like nothing else yesterday. That was such a trigger for me. And I didn't want to even eat because I kept thinking like, oh, I could make another turkey taco, or I could warm up a piece of grilled chicken and just eat that on the plate. I actually didn't even want that. So I think part of me was justifying the fact that I don't want to bother the kids by going into the pantry to grab something. There were Fritos, there were a lot of poor choices in there. So the trail mix all in all wasn't terrible because it had like not chia seeds, but it had sunflower seeds. It had little some other kind of seed, and it had peanuts in it. But it also had some M&Ms in there too. So I had chocolate. So it wasn't good because of the fats in the, even though in terms of the keto part of it, it was fine for the peanut and nuts mix that was all in there. I will be proud of you. It was a decent sized package, and I left about this much of like a bunch of the little seeds. I guess maybe they were like sunflower seeds. I don't know. They were tiny. Um, a lot of the little seeds I just left and threw away in the end and thought I don't need all the calories from that. I'm fine. But there were random M&Ms in there, and so every now and then I got an M&M, and let me tell you, it was amazing. But I thought I'm gonna regret this tomorrow. I'm gonna regret this choice I'm making. But it wasn't too bad. So I got on the scale, and according to the regular um, scale that I had been using, my Weight Watcher scale, it said that I lost zero point 0.9 pounds. And the other scale said I lost zero point 0.3 pounds. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm not going to take the time right now and look at which one went up and down. I want to see which one has the least amount of variability in it. But in the end, they're almost the same. So the old scale that I have been using said I lost 18 pounds. And that means I am officially losing more weight than round one on day 15. Ah, halfway through, but that's okay. I mean, I took a whole month to gain those 9 pounds. So the fact that I was able to readjust it in 2 weeks' time is pretty good. Pretty good. Because normally what happens? We take 1 week and we blow our diet out of the water. I was going to use an inappropriate word. Blow our diet out of the water. And then we take an entire month to try to readjust from that 1 week or even just that one weekend. So if I look at it that way, I'm going to be happy with myself to know, okay, one whole month of really poor choices, intentional poor choices. It wasn't like I didn't know any better, and like I just kind of threw caution to the wind and said, all three kids are home, we're going out, we're eating at lots of different places, I'm going to indulge. If we're all sitting around together having popcorn, watching a movie, I'm going to, if we have all these snacks while we're playing a game, I'll have some of the snacks. And then of course I cooked and cooked and cooked lots of beef burgundies and casseroles and just all kinds of stuff because there were 5 people in the house, and the food goes through much quicker than when there are normally just 3 of us, and soon to be only 2 of us left here in this house. Oh. Okay. So I digress. I don't even know how I got on that topic, but the point being, I learned something new. Major trigger. Let me know if that is the same for you too. Are you the kind of person that really does a good clean of your house only when you know somebody's coming over, or is it only me? And when it's all clean, it looks really nice, and the candles burning. Does that trigger you to eat? I mean, it was a major trigger for me, hands down, major trigger. All right. Um, but happiness is all around. I managed to, even with those, I don't know how many there were. There were less than 10 M&Ms in that package. I still managed to lose weight on both scales. Even though one showed more significant number than the other, that doesn't matter. They both went down, which is a good sign, meaning I did go down. And I will say that when I got up this morning and I was going to the bathroom and getting ready to get on the scale, I felt good. I felt good yesterday too. So I feel like I'm starting to turn that corner where, okay, this is my normal bigger body, where I don't feel terribly big, but like I'm on the bigger side of where's my comfort zone, at the very, very top, very, very top of what's comfortable. I had a t-shirt on now under this that I could not wear. Is that what I'm wearing? Yeah. Oh, wrong zipper. That one doesn't open. It's a weird zipper. I don't know why. Let me look at my camera's backwards from you. This t-shirt that I'm wearing here, I could not get on for the past 3 months. It would not fit me. So the fact that it fits now is very exciting. And a t-shirt I wore yesterday was the exact same thing. It was something that I could not fit into for the past couple months. So that is a very good feeling. Now, just the fact that the clothes that I have always worn my entire life are now fitting me should not make me celebrate too much, but it does make me celebrate enough to know I am not in this extra stratosphere that I had put myself in with COVID. And if I look at the numbers too, I mean, when you lose 18 pounds, I had lost about, well, I lost at least 20 pounds all in all, because I did lose a little bit before starting HCG. All right, so we're going to do our last two topics today. That was a lot of introduction. I apologize. I should probably put in the notes where I'm starting to talk about actually something significant, but I just thought, here I am, how long have I gone in my life? And I never realized that a perfectly clean house with everything put away was a food trigger for me, because in my brain it means people are coming over and festivities are about to begin. All right, so we were talking about I hate wasting food, ways to stop, overeating when you don't want to waste food, because I just deal with this. I don't want to waste food. I don't want to waste food. All right, so we have, and I've gotten really much better with this. The fact that I put some of those nuts in the garbage can yesterday means I'm learning from what we've been talking about. It's a step in the right direction for me. All right, we're going to do the last two today. Number 6, the topic was your mom or dad taught you to always lick your plate clean. Have you heard that phrase before, lick your plate clean? Do they still say that these days, any of you who are younger than me? That is what we were required to do. Let me read what it says here from Carrie Dahlgren's blog. Many of us feel compelled to finish our plates, regardless of fullness, because we were trained when we were young. The significance of this compulsion shows how effective mental programming can be. So take back your power. Try reciting the affirmation, I am allowed to leave food on my plate. I should put that on sticky notes and put it all around my home. Over and over again, say, I am allowed to leave food on my plate. This will help program new beliefs into your subconscious, and it can seriously help. And then she put in parentheses, affirmations are backed by science, y'all. All right, so I am allowed to leave food on my plate. I am allowed to leave food on my plate. Boy, that's going to be a tough one too, because I could even see my husband going, "You're not going to finish that?" He used to, you know what? I did break it for a short period of time, because I remember there being a time near the beginning of my marriage. I'm going to sneeze at some point. I can feel it coming on. I apologize. Hold on. There it is. I apologize. Okay. I remember early on in our marriage at one point, him saying, again, you're going to leave just that much? You just can't finish that much food? to me, and I'm like, no, I'm really full. My stomach feels full. Okay, now this is back when I weighed almost 40 pounds less than I am right now. I was skinny. I was small. So obviously my stomach was much smaller too. So yes, there were times I literally felt like I was stuffed and I couldn't finish it. But clearly he helped me push through that. I blame him for getting me back into the mindset of you gotta eat everything on your plate. After I finally broke it when I was in college, I told that story in another video how my girlfriend could not believe I kept eating when I kept saying I was full in the dining hall. Dining hall was a social time for us. We arrived at 4:30 when the doors opened. We left at 7 when the doors closed. We sat in the same booth every day. It was like our booth, my girlfriend and I, and we'd visit with people and talk to people and look at people and keep an eye out on the athletes and look at the different fraternity boys. Go up to the salad bar strategically at the same time somebody else we were interested in was at the salad bar. I mean, it was an event. And it was like our social time together, and we just loved it, and we did it every day. And during this time of being there for that long, I would like go up and get different food and that, and I would talk about how full I was, and I kept eating. My girlfriend just looked at me and she goes, I don't understand if you're full why you keep putting food in your mouth. And I was just like, because I have to finish what I have. I mean, that was when it broke. It was probably my sophomore year in college when I finally started to break the cycle of I don't have to eat everything on my plate. It's okay. And then I went right back after I got married. My husband's like, why don't you just finish what you've eaten? And then, of course, I'm back home again, and I go eat at my parents' house, and there's the same, eat some more. And then, like, let's pass this bowl of mashed potatoes around. Everybody take some. I mean, you get instructed in my house. Everybody take some so that I don't have to, so I can just wash the dish, and I don't have to have any leftovers. Let's pass it around. Everybody take some. Like, yeah, that's, and here I am. Okay. That was number 6. Your dad taught you to lick your plate clean. Let's do number 7 now. You have major FOMO with food. In the comments below, you'll see a comment from Ted saying, if I see something I like, I wonder when the next time I'm going to have the opportunity to eat it again. I also feel like I have to take it now before someone else does. Oh, this is so. The fear of missing out triggers a lot of unwanted behavior, including overeating. If you feel like your fear of wasting food is linked to the fear of missing out, get curious. What do you think you're missing out on? Exotic food, exotic flavor, joy? If it's joy, go back to number 1 and address hedonic eating. Then think about the opportunity. Then think about the opportunity costs of overeating. Feeling gross, feeling stuffed, feeling lethargic, feeling frustrated with the self-sabotage that you just did. There are opportunity costs everywhere. The next time you feel FOMO pushing you to overeat, think it through from the other side. Or do more inner work if that feels like an impossible task. All right, I'm going to say, this is me too. I mean, all 7 of these I can relate to. 100% all 7 of these. I have that in my house a lot. If I have leftovers, if I do a scrapbooking retreat and I have leftovers and there's some stuff that I really like, that night when I get home, even though I'm completely stuffed, I will eat a piece of that pie, or I will have some of those Amish made mashed potatoes with gravy, or I will have whatever because I want to make sure that I get more of it before it's gone. Because there's other people in the house that are all going to go to it too. I just had some over the course of the weekend. I don't need to stuff myself more with it, but yet I can't get that out of my brain of like it might be gone. I don't know where that comes from. I do remember being a kid, like a teenager, and like wanting certain foods and seeing things and them not being available to me, either not having permission to eat them in the house or they weren't in the house. And I just remember thinking, boy, I can't wait till I'm an adult and I have complete control over what I get to eat and when I get to eat. I couldn't wait for that when I was like 17 years old, for that period of time in my life. And I don't know if it's part that, like if all of a sudden something good appears, grab it because other people are going to, and then you're not going to get it anymore. But I do relate to this. I do find this, even if I know I have complete control, I have the ability to go to the grocery store and buy whatever I want whenever I want. But I don't buy whatever I want whenever I want, or I would be another 40 pounds heavier than I am now. So maybe that's it. Maybe I know that I'm constantly dealing and struggling with the inner battle of, yeah, why would you buy that pie, Jen? You don't buy that pie. You don't need that pie. It's not a special occasion. There's no reason. Like I go to the grocery store and I buy what I'm supposed to buy. I don't just buy whatever looks good um, off the shelf. So maybe it's something that's one of the reasons I still struggle with it, is that I can't have whatever I want whenever I want, because I know deep down inside I can't have whatever I want whenever I want. If that makes sense, I can't have it because I can't have it. I cannot have it because I cannot allow myself to have whatever I want. Therefore, I feel like I live in a life of restrictiveness. And no matter what diet it is, I mean, I've tried the intermittent fasting, eat whatever you want just in a 4-hour window in the day. Yeah, gained weight on that. You can pack in a lot of calories within a 4-hour period of time every day. Just saying. I've done Atkins, where you can have as much butter and meat and that as you want, as long as you don't have any carbs. Gained weight on that too. Not much. It kept me about the same. I certainly didn't lose, though, because I would have salads with lots of bacon and hard-boiled egg and cheeses and that in there, and just tons of calories and fat. So, yeah, somehow I can defy all the fad diets and gain weight on all of them. Um, so HCG works for me. Okay, that's where we are right now. So fear of missing out is a real thing that I need to get over. And maybe I just need to keep telling myself, you can buy this again. You can buy this again. Don't worry, you can buy this again. I think that a little bit goes in with the clean plate club thing. If I'm at a restaurant and I don't have enough food to really take a doggy bag to take it home, then I feel like I need to eat the rest of it, because if not, it's wasted. And it's so good, and I'm not going to get an opportunity to have it later. Or maybe it's something like a hamburger that doesn't reheat well. In my opinion, a hamburger does not reheat well. I don't know why, but all beef, most beef, doesn't reheat well, and so I will make myself eat it because it's good and I paid for it, and it would be a waste of food and a waste of calories. And yeah, I I relate to all 7 of these reasons. I really do. Okay, I'm starting to repeat myself now. I apologize. Speaking off the cuff, if you relate to this, let me know. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I'm going to see next time if there's any other topics I mentioned that I was going to touch on that I'm going to do some more research on to help me kind of just psychologically get my act together when it comes to eating food. But I'd be happy to go back and review stuff on the HCG protocol too if you'd rather me do that. Maybe we should do a refresher at some point, since I kind of do a modified HCG. And if you watch this channel, you're gonna be like, "Is that's on HCG? What is she talking about? Is that on HCG? Trail mix with M&Ms? Clearly not on HCG." So I can go back to the original protocol if you want. There are videos already on the channel about it. If you don't want to go doing a deep dive, I could do that. Otherwise, I guess I'll just keep looking for different topics that probably will have to do with the psychology of overeating in general, and share what I learned. So let me know what it is you want me to cover, and I'll do that. All right, let me click out of this now. You have a great day. Sorry this ran so long today. I'll try to make the next one shorter. Bye.